Hey everybody, hope you're doing well. So if you have a 9 to 5 job or you are busy every single day for some other reason, then this video is for you because in this video, I'm going to teach you a very simple Asian and London session dual string strategy that is extremely mechanical and it requires you to be on the charts at the very specific time. So you don't have to be on the charts 24/7 because let's be honest here, the goal of trading should be freedom. It should not be you being on the charts 24/7 because what's the point, right? So let's get straight to the point right now. When the Asian range ends, right? So let me just explain it here for the betterment of this video. So let's assume that this is the Asian range, right? So this is 8 p.m., the beginning of Asian range. And let's say that this is where the Asian session ends at 2 a.m. Now you want to mark out the high of the Asia range, which is right here, and the low of the Asian range, the lowest point and the highest point of the Asian range, right? That's all you want to do. You don't want to do anything else. Now, of course, I'm going to teach you what are A+ setups. I'm going to teach you that as well in this video. But for now, this is the most mechanical strategies that you can use. And we're going to talk about the London session as well on how you can utilize the London range as well, right? So all you are doing, so from 2 a.m. till 3 a.m., you're going to have the liquidity sweep window period. And this is the most important part of the strategy, right? Let's assume that this is the 2 a.m. This is where the Asian range ends, right? So from 2 a.m. till 3 a.m., you want to see price either take out the Asian range low or the Asian range high. This is very important. It cannot happen after 3 a.m. You need to understand this. The liquidity sweep must happen during the lunch hour because that's when the manipulation is going to happen, the real manipulation. So if price doesn't take out the Asia low or Asia high within this 1 hour period, then the setup becomes invalid. Now, the market structure shift can happen at any time. So for example, during the 1 hour time window that I've told you from 2 a.m. till 3 a.m., right? Let me just pick it up. Where's the chart, man? Okay. So let's say that price takes out the Asia low, right? Now, when it's taken out, the market structure shift can happen during 5 p.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m., doesn't matter. But you can see we have a market structure shift here. So now what you want to do simply, and I mean simply, take your entry from an auto block or a fair value gap or a breaker block. Using breaker block, you're going to get low risk to reward ratio. If you use the extreme fair value gap, you're going to get the highest, but then of course you may miss the entry. So the good way to take your trade is from auto block. That's what I do with this strategy, right? But you can use your entry model as well. It doesn't matter. Now, simply, you're taking your entry from the auto block and you are targeting the Asia high. Now, of course, you're not going to keep your stop loss as it is. Your stop loss basically is going to go here. But when price hits 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio, you simply want to go break even and probably take off some position, right? You can take like 30% off your position. At the end of the day, if you make money, it doesn't matter how much it is. You're gonna come back the next day with a very strong mindset because the previous day you made money, so now you are in a good mindset, if that makes sense. So here is example one, and this just happened on 27 January. It's 29 January at the moment, but you can see how it is working consistently. So this is the Asia high over here. I've told you timings as well. Before 8 p.m., 2 a.m., that's when the Asian range forms and ends. So we have the Asia high over here. And if I look closely, this is the closing window. This is the Asia low right here. So what happens during the manipulation window, right? We take out from 2 a.m. till 3 a.m. We take out the Asia low. Very simple stuff. And then you can see we have a market structure shift with the very clean displacement over here. Now, if you look at it here, we have a tiny bit of fair value gap. Just going to mark this out like that. We also have this auto block, right? And you can see it didn't hit stop loss right there. So this could have been your entry. The stop would somewhere go around here. Now, of course, this is a very small stop. I would go at least with 5 to round it about. And you can see that the price just displaced up into this Asia high over here, which is a very clean stop. Now, on the same day, you can see that we have, let's just remove here. This is the London low. So the London session starts at 3 and ends at 7. So right here. So now we're simply going to mark out the the London high over here. And you can see that from 7 to 8, right? So for London session, the manipulation window period is from 7 till 8. But I've also seen sometimes that it works if it happens from 8 to 9 as well. But just stick to 7 to 8 window period of manipulation. Within this 1 hour, the manipulation must happen above the high or low of the session. Please understand this very clearly. Over here, we have a 2 to 3 a.m. window period where the manipulation must happen. So now, when we have the manipulation, what do we look for? We look for a market structure shift with a body closure. This is very important for this strategy now. What do we have here, ladies and gentlemen? We have very clean auto block. Or you can, if you want to refine it even further, then we have this auto block over here, because this candle swept liquidity, right? You may have missed a trade if you took your entry from that auto block. But ladies and gentlemen, if I do the thing over here, you can see that sometimes you can make this much, right? You can literally make this much. So maybe you took 1-to-1 here, and then you held your trade till the Asia low. Sorry, the London low. You would have made around, I don't know, 6 RR, 6 or 7 RR. That is crazy, okay? And that's considering that you took a partial at the very beginning at the 1-to-1 risk to the watt. So now that we have this example out of the way, let's move on to the next example now. We can see that we have the Asia high over here, and then we have the Asia low over here, right? So during the manipulation window period, we have Judas to the downside, right? And we have a market structure shift over here, and you can see price tap into the fair value gap, tap into this auto block, tap into this breaker block, and then price just went up straight towards these equal highs, the Asia range high over here. And then, of course, during the London session, we couldn't get the manipulation during the manipulation window period, which is from 7 to 8. But then again, you can see, as I said before, the manipulation can also happen from 8 to 9, but it makes a setup low probability, if that makes sense, right? So let's move on to the next example now. All right, everybody. So here is another example over here. So we have the Asia high over here, and we do have the Asia low over here. Now, we swept the Asia high during the manipulation window period. We have a market structure shift right there. And we also have a fair value gap resting around this level. And you can see price tapped into this fair value gap and pushed down, took out the Asia low. Now, let's see what happened here as well. On the same day, what we have is a London range. So we mark out the London range high and the London range low. Now, during the manipulation window period, we took out what? We took out the London low. Now, we're waiting for a market structure shift. So we have lower low, lower high, and then a lower low. And then we have a market structure shift. And basically, you can see how well this played out. You can basically see that we have this auto block over here, this one last down close candle. Price tapped into it, and we had a beautiful delivery towards these equal highs, which is the London high as well. So in one day, you can basically pass your pro-firm challenge if you get two winning trades, right? This is almost 3 to almost 4 RR, right? And this would have been 1 to 2. That's like 6 RR in one day. So that is pretty much it for the entire video, guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.